Are you tired of feeling stuck, like you're just going through the motions every day? Maybe you're overwhelmed, unsure of how to get ahead, or frustrated because it feels like nothing is changing. I'm here to tell you this is the moment that can change everything for you. Right now, you stand at a crossroads. You can keep waiting for things to get better, or you can take control and make it happen. But here's the truth, only a small percentage of people will actually follow through. The vast majority will fall back into their old habits, their old excuses, and never unlock the power they have within. But you don't have to be like everyone else. You have the chance to be one of the few who push through, who rise above. The time is now. The clock is ticking, and every moment you waste is another moment lost. The question is, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to take action, fight through the challenges, and transform your life forever? Let's get started. The choice is yours. Let me tell you something. 30 days may seem like a small amount of time, but when you commit to making real change, it's enough to turn your life upside down. Think about it, 1 month. That's all it takes to create new habits, to push past your comfort zone, and to start building the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. But here's the thing, it's not easy. It's not a quick fix. It's not about doing the bare minimum and hoping for results. It's about committing fully, showing up every day, and making progress no matter how small. 30 days gives you enough time to break through your self-imposed limits. Just like a seed that's planted in the soil, it needs time, attention, and care to grow into something strong and resilient. But if you're not willing to do the work, that seed will never sprout. If you stay stuck in your old ways, nothing will change. That's the power of 30 days. It's a compact time frame, but it's enough to push you forward, to build momentum, and to unlock that potential that's been lying dormant inside you. This challenge isn't just about physical change, it's about mental change. It's about shifting your mindset from one of doubt and limitation to one of possibility and strength. That shift starts with just 30 days. The truth is, this isn't easy. It will challenge you, it will push you to the edge, but that's exactly why it works. You can't grow without resistance. You can't get stronger without pushing against the weight. In just 30 days, you'll either step up to the challenge or you'll stay where you are. It's that simple. Now let's talk about what's at stake. What you stand to gain in 30 days is beyond what you might imagine right now. You'll gain confidence. You'll gain clarity. You'll gain control over your thoughts and your actions. You'll gain the knowledge that you can push through discomfort and make things happen. And most importantly, you'll gain the belief that you can do anything if you commit. But what do you stand to lose? If you don't take action now, if you keep putting it off, you lose time. You lose the opportunity to change your life. You lose the chance to grow. And in the end, you'll lose the future you could have had. The truth about the 99% is simple. Most people will fail. Why? Because it's hard. Because it requires more than just wishing for change. It requires real effort, real discipline, and real mental toughness. Most people won't make it past the first few days. They'll quit when things get tough. They'll tell themselves they're too busy, too tired, or that it's just not the right time. But here's the thing, those are the people who never change. Those are the people who stay stuck in the cycle of mediocrity. And if you want to be one of the 1% who succeed, you have to do what they won't do. You have to push past the discomfort. You have to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You have to believe that the rewards at the end are worth the sacrifice. You've got two options here. You can stay where you are, letting the days slip by without making any real progress, or you can step up, face the challenge, and change everything in just 30 days. The choice is yours. But let me ask you this. What's worse? Sacrificing 30 days of discomfort for a lifetime of regret, or putting in the work now and transforming your future forever? The clock is ticking. What will you choose? Your mindset is the foundation of your success. It's the filter through which you view the world, the lens through which you see challenges, opportunities, and your potential. Every decision you make, every action you take starts with how you think. If your mindset is weak, your journey will be filled with obstacles that seem insurmountable. But when your mindset is strong, even the toughest challenges become stepping stones to something greater. Ask yourself this. What do you believe about your potential? What do you tell yourself every day? Is your internal voice telling you that you can't, that you're not good enough, or that it's too late? If that's the case, you're fighting a losing battle before you even start. But here's the truth. Your mind is yours to control. You can choose what to focus on, what to believe, and what to act upon. And when you do that, your entire world shifts. Your mindset is the key that unlocks everything you want in life. Now, let's talk about building mental toughness. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build over time. It's about being able to stand firm in the face of adversity, to stay strong when everything around you is telling you to quit. It's easy to be resilient when things are going well. But what about when life hits you hard? When the road is tough and every step feels like you're walking through quicksand? That's when true resilience is built. And if you don't have it, you'll falter. If you want success, you need to be ready for the tough days. The days when quitting feels easier than pushing through. Resilience means never giving up, even when the world tries to break you. It's about showing up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. Think about someone who's overcome incredible odds. People like athletes, entrepreneurs, or anyone who's faced major setbacks and come back stronger. What separates them from everyone else? It's their mental toughness. They've learned that failure is just a stepping stone, not a stopping point. They've built the mental strength to see beyond the temporary pain and keep moving toward the long-term vision. You have that same power within you. Don't wait for the world to be easy. Embrace the struggle and use it as fuel to become unstoppable. One of the biggest hurdles people face on this journey is self-doubt. It creeps in quietly, telling you that you're not enough, that you don't have what it takes. It makes you second-guess every move, every choice, every opportunity. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is a liar. It's a story you tell yourself to avoid the discomfort of growth. It's easy to listen to those voices in your head that say you're not capable or worthy. But let me tell you something. Those voices have no power unless you give it to them. You are more than capable of achieving greatness. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle their doubts. Successful people don't let self-doubt control them. They use it to fuel their fire. They turn negative thoughts into powerful motivation. They acknowledge the doubt, but then push forward anyway. When you learn to silence the negative chatter in your mind and replace it with empowering thoughts, that's when the magic happens. Every successful person has faced setbacks. Every person who has ever achieved something significant has encountered failure, frustration, and moments when they thought it was all over. The key isn't avoiding these setbacks, it's how you respond to them. When life knocks you down, you can either stay down or you can get back up stronger. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain or difficulty, it's about using it as a tool to grow. When you fall, get up. When you fail, learn. When you're knocked down, rise up with more power and determination than before. That's the difference between those who achieve success and those who don't. They don't let setbacks define them, they use those moments to define who they are going to become. Now focus. The ability to stay focused on your goals no matter what distractions come your way is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. Think about all the things that pull your attention in a day: social media, emails, notifications, the noise of life. It's so easy to get distracted, to lose sight of what really matters. But what could you achieve if you mastered the art of focus? What if you could block out all the noise and concentrate fully on your goals for just an hour a day or a week? You'd be amazed at what you can accomplish with unwavering focus. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the most talented, they're the ones who refuse to let distractions take them off course. Focus is your secret weapon. It's what allows you to stay on track when others are losing their way. If you want to achieve anything in life, focus on it fully, without letting anything or anyone pull you away from it. Your mindset is the key to everything. It determines how you react to challenges, how you recover from setbacks, and how you stay focused on what matters. You've got the power to change your mind, change your perspective, and change your life. Are you ready to build mental toughness? Are you ready to face self-doubt head-on and turn it into your greatest strength? Are you ready to stay resilient when the road gets tough and focus when the world is pulling you in 100 different directions? Because if you are, there's nothing you can't achieve. You have everything it takes to succeed. Now it's time to decide, are you going to take control of your mind or are you going to let it control you? The choice is yours. Let's talk about habits. I know it doesn't sound like the most exciting topic, but let me tell you something, your habits are shaping your future. Whether you realize it or not, every little action you take today is building the foundation for your tomorrow. What you do day in and day out creates your reality. So if you want to change your life, you have to start with changing your habits. Small habits. Tiny actions that when compounded over time lead to huge results. Look, we often underestimate the power of small actions. We think that success is about making one big move, one massive leap forward. But the truth is, success is a collection of tiny, consistent steps. It's waking up an hour earlier every day to work on your goals. It's reading a few pages of a book every morning. It's getting up and moving even when you don't feel like it. These actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they add up. Just like drops of water filling up a bucket, your small actions over time will build momentum, and before you know it, you'll have accomplished more than you ever thought possible. But to build the right habits, we also need to break the wrong ones. It's not enough to just start doing the right things. You also need to stop doing the things that hold you back. Think about the habits that are sabotaging your progress: staying up too late, scrolling through social media for hours, procrastinating, putting off the hard work. These habits are keeping you stuck in the same place. They're anchors holding you in place, keeping you from reaching your potential. If you want to unlock the life you deserve, you need to break free from those bad habits. That's not easy. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-discipline. But it's possible, and you don't have to do it all at once. Take it one step at a time. Break one habit today. Replace it with a positive action. Then tomorrow, do the same thing again. Once you start breaking those bad habits, the next step is to build the right ones. And that's where consistency comes in. It's easy to start something new, it's exciting, it's fresh, and you're motivated. But motivation fades, the newness wears off, and when the excitement dies down, what's left? Consistency. The people who succeed aren't the ones who only work hard when they feel like it. They're the ones who show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Consistency is the key to turning habits into lifelong success. It's the daily grind. It's the commitment to your goals, even when the results aren't immediate. Success isn't an overnight thing. It's built through consistent effort, through doing the small things every single day. But let's be real for a second. You can't do this alone. Sure, you can make all the plans, set all the goals, and work hard every day, but without accountability, you're more likely to slip up. This is why you need a support system. You need people who will hold you accountable, who will push you when you want to quit, who will remind you why you started in the first place. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, a coach, or a group of like-minded individuals, having a support system makes all the difference. Accountability is what turns dreams into reality. It's what keeps you going when the excitement fades, when the road gets tough. Without accountability, you're left to your own devices. And let's be honest, it's easy to quit when there's no one there to hold you to your word. But when someone else is invested in your success, when they're there to cheer you on, challenge you, and keep you in check, you're far more likely to stay committed and make lasting progress. Now let's talk about how all of this builds into long-term success. Success isn't about a one-time effort. It's about the long haul. It's about sticking with it even when things get hard. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have built real success, whether in business, in sports, or in life. They didn't get there by making one big move. They got there by building a foundation of good habits and sticking with them through thick and thin. They mastered the art of consistency. They learned to break bad habits and replace them with positive ones. They surrounded themselves with the right people who held them accountable. If you want to build success, you need to do the same. You need to focus on the small actions that will lead to big results. You need to break the bad habits that are holding you back. You need to be consistent, showing up every day, even when it feels like progress is slow. And you need to find people who will hold you accountable, who will support you on your journey. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about making small, steady progress. Over time, those little actions will compound, and before you know it, you'll look back and see how far you've come. So take control. Start building the right habits today. Break the bad ones. Stay consistent. Find your accountability partners, and watch as your small actions turn into big results. The path to success isn't glamorous. It's about the daily grind, the little steps, the habits you build, and the support you get, but it's all worth it, and you have everything you need to make it happen. You just have to start right now. Have you ever felt like there's a force working against you, something that makes even the smallest step forward feel impossible? That feeling of resistance where your mind tells you to stop, your body is exhausted, and every excuse comes rushing in to hold you back? We've all been there. You've probably experienced it before, but let me tell you something. This resistance, this feeling of struggle is not something to fear. It's a sign that you're pushing towards something important. And today I'm going to show you how to break through that barrier and keep moving forward. Resistance is something we all face. It's the voice that says, just take a break, or you're not ready, or it's too hard. It comes in many forms: mental fatigue, physical exhaustion, self-doubt. It tells you to quit, to slow down, to stay comfortable. But here's the truth: if you listen to it, you'll never reach your full potential. Resistance is not your enemy. It's a signal that you're on the verge of growth. But in order to get past it, you have to understand it. You need to see it for what it is, a natural part of the process. The only way to push past resistance is to first accept that it exists. It's there to challenge you, to test your resolve, and to see if you really want what you say you want. Now let's talk about discomfort. It's one of the most powerful tools for growth, and yet it's something most people avoid. They shy away from it. But here's the secret: growth happens in discomfort. It's in those moments when you feel like you can't go on, when your body is sore and your mind is telling you to quit, that you find out what you're really made of. If you want to grow, you have to embrace discomfort. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If everything feels easy, you're standing still. But when you step into discomfort, you begin to stretch, to expand, to transform. Don't run from discomfort, lean into it. It's the only path to real progress. Now I'm sure you're wondering, how do you actually push through resistance when it feels so overwhelming? How do you keep going when your mind and body are begging you to stop? Let me give you some tools. The first is simple: break it down. When the goal seems too big, when the task feels impossible, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Focus on one thing at a time. When you look at the entire mountain, it can be intimidating. But if you focus on just the next step, just the next move, it becomes achievable. Take it one step at a time, and soon enough you'll be halfway up that mountain before you even realize it. Another technique is the power of repetition. When you're feeling resistance, it's easy to want to give up. But if you just keep showing up, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, you'll find that the resistance weakens. The more you push through, the easier it becomes. Repetition builds confidence and endurance. It teaches your mind that you can handle discomfort. It shows you that you're capable of more than you think. The key is not to stop. When you hit a wall, don't stop. Keep moving forward, even if it's slow. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. But let's be real here for a second. There will be times when you'll want to quit. You'll feel like you've hit a wall, like nothing is working, like the dream is too far out of reach. And in those moments, staying committed is everything. You have to remember why you started. You have to remind yourself that every step, every small victory, is leading you towards something greater. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. But if you can stay committed to the process, if you can keep showing up, even when it feels impossible, that's when the magic happens. That's when you break through the resistance. Think about it. Every person who has achieved something meaningful, whether it's in business, in sports, or in life, has had to push through resistance. They've had to face the same obstacles that you're facing. The difference is, they didn't quit. They didn't let the resistance stop them. They found a way to keep going, even when it felt impossible. And so can you. You are stronger than you think. Your mind is more powerful than you realize. The resistance you face is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you're on the right track. Embrace it. Break through it. Keep moving forward, because on the other side of that resistance is a version of you who is stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever before. Don't stop now. Push through. Keep going. You've got this. Have you ever faced a setback so big it felt like everything you worked for was slipping away? Or maybe you've tried and tried and tried again, only to fall short once more. It can be frustrating, discouraging, and at times it can make you wonder if it's all worth it. But let me tell you something, setbacks are not the end. They are a part of the process. They are the tests that separate those who truly want success from those who just talk about it. In this speech, we're going to turn those setbacks into stepping stones. I'm going to show you how to use every failure as fuel, how to bounce back stronger, and how to keep going when life knocks you down. What you're about to hear could be the turning point in your journey. Stay with me and you'll discover how setbacks are not your enemy, they're your greatest opportunity. Setbacks are a part of life. It doesn't matter how talented you are or how hard you work, at some point you will face obstacles that make you question everything. You'll hit walls, you'll feel stuck, and that's okay. What's important is how you react. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't define you. Your response to them does. The first step in overcoming setbacks is simple. Expect them. Understand that failure isn't a reflection of your worth or your abilities. It's a natural part of the journey. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks, some bigger than you can imagine. They didn't succeed despite their setbacks. They succeeded because of them. When you expect setbacks, you stop seeing them as a negative. You see them as opportunities to learn, grow, and push forward. When you prepare yourself mentally for challenges, you stop being blindsided by them. Instead, you can face them head on and stay focused on the bigger picture. Now let's talk about reframing failures. A setback isn't the end of the road, it's a detour. It's a lesson in disguise. When something doesn't go as planned, your first reaction might be frustration or disappointment. But ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What you're going through is not a dead end. It's an opportunity to improve. If you view failure as something permanent, something that defines you, then you'll be stuck in that mindset forever. But if you see it as a lesson, as a stepping stone, you'll realize that every setback has something valuable to teach you. Maybe it's about your approach. Maybe it's about your mindset. Maybe it's about your resilience. Whatever the lesson, there's always something to be learned. Every setback you face builds your character and prepares you for the next step. Here's a secret, bouncing back isn't about avoiding setbacks, it's about recovering quickly. The faster you can get back on your feet after a setback, the quicker you'll move towards success. But recovery doesn't happen by itself. It takes intentional effort. When you face a setback, take a moment to process it. Feel the frustration, the disappointment, the anger. But don't stay there. Don't let those feelings keep you stuck. Once you've processed your emotions, take a deep breath and shift your focus. Look for the lesson. Take responsibility for what happened and figure out how to adjust. But most importantly, take action. You can't recover by doing nothing. You need to get up and try again. Failure is not a permanent state. It's just a chapter in the story of your success. Remember, the most successful people aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail and then get back up. When you recover quickly, you build resilience. You build strength. And that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up. So when life knocks you down, don't stay down. Bounce back stronger. Use the setback as fuel to push you harder, to go further. Because the next time you face a setback, you'll be ready. You'll know exactly what to do. You'll be wiser, stronger, and more determined. And each time you recover, you'll come back even stronger than before. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about getting back up, learning from your mistakes, and using them to propel you forward. That's what makes success so powerful. And that's why you're gonna make it. Keep going, keep pushing. And when you fall, get back up, stronger than ever. Have you ever been so close to reaching your goal that it felt like you could touch it, only to find yourself running out of steam right at the finish line? Maybe you felt the weight of exhaustion, the pull of comfort, or the overwhelming thought that you can't go any further. The last stretch can be the toughest part of any journey. But here's the truth. This is where the magic happens. This is where winners are made. It's not about how you start, or even how well you've done up until now. It's about how you finish. Today I'm going to show you how to push through those final barriers, how to summon the strength to finish strong, and how to take everything you've learned along the way and turn it into your greatest victory. The last 10 days, the final stretch, the final push, it's your ultimate test of willpower. But if you're willing to keep going, to push past every doubt, every urge to quit, that finish line will be yours. Let's get started. Let's talk about those last 10 days. Those final moments before everything you've worked for is about to come to fruition. It's crunch time. The finish line is in sight, and yet it's often the hardest part of the journey. The energy that you had in the beginning seems to have faded. The enthusiasm has dimmed, and your motivation feels like it's running low. But this is when the real test begins. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is the ability to push through when things get tough. The last 10 days will challenge you. You will question your ability. You will feel tired. You'll have moments where it seems easier to quit than to keep going. Let me tell you something. This is normal. This is part of the process. The key is to understand that these final days aren't just a test of how hard you've worked. They're a test of your willpower. Will you stick it out when everything inside of you is screaming to quit? Will you keep going when the end is so close, yet it feels so far away? The true measure of your strength is how you finish, not how you start. Remember, it's always darkest before dawn. And the final 10 days are your opportunity to prove that you have what it takes to push through the hardest moments. It's in these days that real transformation happens. This is where you go from being a dreamer to being a doer. It's where you turn all the struggles, all the setbacks into the fuel that powers you to the finish line. If you want to finish strong, you need to have a clear vision of what success looks like. You need to see the end result so clearly in your mind that it becomes your driving force. When you're tired, when you're ready to give up, your vision of success will be the thing that pulls you forward. It's not enough to just want success, you have to visualize it, to picture every detail of what it looks like. Think about the feeling of crossing that finish line. Think about the pride, the relief, the sense of accomplishment. Picture it vividly in your mind and let that image become your fuel. When you know exactly what you're fighting for, when you can see the end result, quitting feels less like an option. It becomes something you're unwilling to do. Visualization isn't just a technique, it's a strategy. Successful people, athletes, and high achievers all use this tool. They create a mental blueprint of their victory and use it as a roadmap to guide them. If you want to finish strong, you have to connect with that vision of success every single day. Keep it in front of you. Let it shape every action, every decision, every moment of doubt. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself finishing strong. Imagine the satisfaction, the pride, the joy. Visualize the victory you've been working for. See yourself crossing that finish line with everything you've got. Hold on to that image, and when the going gets tough, remind yourself of why you're doing this. The urge to quit is powerful. It shows up when you're exhausted, when you're unsure of yourself, and when the finish line seems further away than ever. But here's the truth. The urge to quit is just another obstacle on the road to your success. If you don't control this urge, it will control you. You have to be stronger than it. This is where you dig deep. This is where you have to find your why. Why did you start? What's driving you? What's the purpose behind the work, the sacrifices, and the effort you've put in? When you feel like quitting, go back to your why. Remember the bigger picture, the reason you set out on this journey in the first place. It's about more than just finishing. It's about proving to yourself that you can. It's about creating a life that aligns with your true potential. The next time you feel like quitting, ask yourself, what's the alternative? What happens if you stop now? Nothing changes, you stay stuck. But if you push through, if you give just one more ounce of effort, one more push, one more step, you're one step closer to the life you've been dreaming of. So fight the urge to quit with everything you've got. Every time you resist, every time you push forward, you are strengthening your willpower and proving to yourself that you have what it takes. The final stretch is where you show the world, and more importantly, yourself, what you're made of. Are you ready to prove that you have what it takes? because this is where you make that decision. The last stretch is the moment of truth. It's the time when you put everything you've learned into action. It's the time when your heart beats faster, when your nerves are on edge, and when your willpower is tested. But it's also the time when you shine the brightest. Are you ready to give it everything you've got? Are you willing to push past every doubt, every fear, every reason to quit? If you are, then the finish line will be yours. This is the moment when you turn your dream into reality. This is where you make the choice to finish strong. So when you're standing at that final stretch, ask yourself, am I ready? The answer should be yes, because you've come this far and you've proven time and time again that you have the strength, the drive, and the willpower to succeed. Don't stop now. The finish line is in sight and it's waiting for you to cross it. You've made it. You've crossed the finish line, and now it's time to take a breath, to look back, and to reflect on everything you've accomplished. But let me tell you this. Completing the challenge is not the end of your journey, it's just the beginning. So many people stop here at the point of victory and think that the work is done. But I'm here to remind you that the real work begins once you've succeeded. The hard work, the sacrifice, the lessons learned, they've all shaped you into someone new, and it's this new version of yourself that will carry you forward to the next challenge. Today isn't just about celebrating what you've done, it's about realizing the power you've unlocked and how you can use it to keep moving, keep growing, and keep winning. First, let's take a moment to truly acknowledge what you've accomplished. Completing this challenge wasn't easy. It wasn't supposed to be. If it had been easy, it wouldn't have had the value that it does. You've pushed through obstacles, fought through self-doubt, and shown up day after day, even when you didn't feel like it. That alone is a victory. Many would have quit, given into comfort, or taken the easier path, but not you. You've proven something to yourself that no one can take away. You've shown yourself what you're made of. Let me tell you something. Success isn't always about what you achieve in the eyes of the world. Success is about what you prove to yourself. Every step, every obstacle you faced, every decision to keep going was part of that proof. You've built resilience, you've built confidence, and most importantly, you've built belief in yourself. This victory isn't just a finish line, it's the foundation for everything that comes next. But now, let's go deeper. You didn't just complete a challenge, you've transformed. Over the last 30 days, you've been in the forge, and every obstacle you faced, every moment of discomfort, every step forward has shaped you into something stronger, sharper, more capable. You've faced challenges and you didn't back down. You've learned things about yourself that you didn't know before, and you've proven to yourself that you have the strength to push through anything. The person you are today is not the same person who started this journey. You've developed a resilience that wasn't there before. You've strengthened your mental and emotional muscles. You've learned how to deal with setbacks, how to push past resistance, and how to finish what you start. Those 30 days weren't just a countdown to an end. They were a process of growth, of personal evolution. So take a moment and appreciate the person you've become. Recognize how far you've come. And remember that growth doesn't stop here. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. What's next? What do I do now? The truth is, the work doesn't end here. You've built momentum. You've achieved something. And now it's time to use that momentum to tackle the next challenge. Every victory, every lesson, every gain is a tool you can use to push yourself even further. Here's the secret. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And this journey doesn't stop just because you've reached a goal. No, it accelerates. You've proven that you can face difficulty and come out stronger on the other side. And now the next challenge won't seem as daunting. You'll have the confidence, the discipline, and the belief in yourself to keep moving forward. So don't sit back and rest too long. Use that momentum to find the next challenge, the next goal, the next step. The future is yours for the taking. Now is the time, right now. Your future starts today. This isn't just about what you've done, it's about what you will do. The tools, the mindset, the resilience you've built over the last 30 days are your foundation for everything that comes next. The question is, what will you do with them? You've faced down the hardest parts of your journey. You've shown yourself that you have what it takes to succeed. So don't stop here. Don't let this victory be the end. Let it be the beginning of something bigger. You're capable of so much more than you realize. So go out and take on your next challenge. Set the next goal. Climb the next mountain. And keep climbing. Because the journey is far from over and the best is yet to come.